Hey everyone, welcome back once again. It's been a little while this time, and I decided, you know what, it might be a good idea to give ourselves an excuse to, firstly, give this MD series the still, it's hard to call it new still, I mean, it's been a few months, I suppose, the newest addition to the BeamNG.drive vehicles another go. This time we've loaded it up with some logs. It's just the good old default, not default, but like the regular loadout. I haven't modified it in any way. It doesn't even have four-wheel drive. It's just the two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. That's lots of drive words. I've locked the rear diff there to hopefully give us a little more traction, because we are going to go ahead and give this a go with moon gravity. As you can see, negative 1.62 is moon gravity. Earth gravity would be the negative 9.81. So yeah, moon gravity. See how this goes. It's going to be terrible. There is AI traffic about. Let's look at the map. For anybody who is not familiar with this map, which is Journey the Long Road, made by awesome Spencer Johnson. It is, well, as the name says, a long road that winds all the way through this grassy, foresty, I guess, area, then through the desert, up the hill here, up the mountainside, through a more of a, I guess you call that more of a grassy area. Big incline. It's probably going to be hard to get traction with any kind of lack of gravity like we have now. And then through the slightly, just a touch, slippery, even steeper hilled, snowy section. And there's some hills, especially, I think right over here. You can't see them on the map, but right over here that are especially steep that I have my doubts about making it over. Haven't got there to try yet, so who knows. And then at the very end there, which you can't really see on the map, is a mom's house. And as you can see, drive the other side to see Mom. So, once again, Spencer Johnson made this map, and he is awesome. So go check him out at his Patreon and other places. So, link in the description for all these maps. Let's get going here. The gearbox is probably not going to like this. I am sticking with auto for as much as I can here. And hopefully we don't lose these logs on our way either, because if we do, I imagine we're going to have a hard time getting any kind of traction. I think that extra weight is going to be exactly what we need, and you can see already we are a little bit floaty. It's going to be very easy to lose control and very hard to regain it if this happens. It's almost going to be like our controls are responding in slow motion, even though they're not. And if we tap a vehicle, yeah, you go over there. It just kind of, you know, sails off the road forever, and the same thing will happen to us if we are not careful. You can move out of my way too, please. Now this thing does have a decently heavy bumper on the front of it, but it's not by any means indestructible. Ooh, evading. If we're not careful, we can bend the corner of that bumper into our wheel, and that would be game over as well for us. So yeah, let's definitely avoid that. I've got to be careful with these little declines like we have coming up right here, because I'm pretty sure when we do that, our vehicle is going to become a lot lighter for several seconds, and that is going to drastically decrease our ability to brake. Look at the AI car in front of us. He's driving sideways. He can't get the traction down. We're going to probably hit him here. Yep. We'll use him to slow us down a little bit. Ooh. We are bouncing off the road. Oh, man. Took another little tap on him. Not a problem. This truck can handle that. Be careful around this next corner, too, though. I'm just taking liberty with being in a lane wherever makes sense at this point. By no means are we here to follow traffic laws. We will ram everybody out of the way if need be, but we'll try to avoid some big collisions because we don't want to wreck our vehicle. This is going to be a challenge and a half to try to get to Mom's house at this point. Hopefully we don't catch a bumper in our wheel or something like that weird too. I was kind of worried we were going to there in a second because we tapped that, or a second ago because we tapped that other car there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there goes the logs. Oh boy. We're going to have no traction whatsoever now. That was thousands of pounds that we really could have used. Can we just monster truck over this, hopefully? Don't make me use a node grabber. It's probably a bad idea to drive over this. Oh man, we need us some all-wheel drive, don't we? Come on, spin around. Hopefully I can... Yes, maybe. Almost have that step off of that log. There we go. Alright, onwards. It's gonna be so floaty now. It's gonna be just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna have no weight. Well, that extra weight was probably helping us a lot too in any collision with other vehicles. I'm just revving the crap out of this thing. Now we're not going to have as much weight. We're not going to necessarily, if we hit something like that van. Oh my goodness. Trying not to... Holy. Trying not to spin out. Don't hit the rocks. Yeah, it was like 1 second of... Oh man. No, we're going to hit this. Oh! 1 second of lapse of judgment back there, and we were just sideways into... Was it the tree or the rock? I don't think it was the tree. Just like that. Game over. Hopefully, these little hills aren't going to be an issue. I mean, if we were starting from a standstill, they might be. We just touched our mud flap on that white car back there. Is that even worth going through insurance? Is there any damage? With the mud flap? Oh, we need to slow down here at this corner too. Will the mud flap do enough damage in real life? Or any damage in real life? Okay, don't hit the big cargo van. That's the... Ooh, oh, just scratch the paint a little bit. That's the heaviest vehicle we're going to encounter. We do not want to have that happen. I really wish we had those logs still. We're going to spend, especially when we're going up that snowy hill on the far side of the map, if we make it there by some miracle. Excuse me. We're going to be spinning the tires all the way up the hill. We're going to be just revving the thing, redlining the thing the whole way up. We're going to test how good the cooling is on this boy. Oh yeah, MD series, working everything hard. Well, sort of. Working it hard without it actually doing any work. I can't avoid this collision. I was not paying attention enough. Too busy talking to you people. It's all your fault. What have you been doing here? Alright, I just want to keep momentum up this... Whoa! Up this hill. Was there a little bump there I didn't see? Almost launched the back end of my truck off the ground. Or it did launch the back end of the truck off the ground. If it was earth gravity, would have... Wow! Would I have even noticed? Oh man. Okay, I don't want to hit the car, but I don't want to hit the tree on my left even less. I'd rather hit the car. I have a chance, at least, of surviving that collision. Okay, I'm going to tuck in behind this guy for a second. I also don't want to lose speed. If I touch him, is he going to hit the brakes? Kinda. Oh, bumper. Don't suck up the bumper, please. Eee! Yep, that bumper is gone. Got our steering lock here. All the way to the left. Ooh. Just doing the drift. Okay, we need to be careful here, or we're going to be doing the fly down the hill thing. Or into this little tree. Alright. Just enough grip to pull it back. Now, I feel like I need to be extra careful on these downhills, because I'm going to have such a hard time slowing down on them, comparatively to like, I was already struggling on flat ground, so... This is going to be a pain. You can even see the car in front of me just struggling to keep it in a straight line. Just a little bit. They're all touching their brakes because they're like, whoa, something's not right here. And this guy, just looking like he's on ice. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time getting going again. The next guy in front is having a hard time too. This is what I mean. You can't just... You kind of have to let gravity do its thing and just work with it. If you try to fight it, like the AI are trying to do, yeah, you just lose it. You're done. Now we're back to it. We're in first gear, still the automatic gearbox, just revving the crap out of it. No, I could switch to the manual, but I really want to see what this automatic can do. And the automatic gearbox on this truck, I think, is not the greatest. Seems to be how it is with the heavier vehicles for whatever reason, for the most part. Just like that slower shifting and, I don't know, a little more hesitant to shift. I guess it's not your high-performance sport vehicle by any means, even though we're expecting it to perform like one for some reason. Alright, this guy's trying to slow down, but it's not working too great for him. We're kind of doing the same. Can I spread the needle here? Yeah, oh, yes, Jess. We could see the sparks on the left side there as my tire just skimmed by that last vehicle. Again, pedal to the metal. Going nowhere. There we go. We'll get some traction. The gearbox will see that, and then finally shift to second and now third. It'd be nice to keep it in a higher gear. It would be nice to use the manual transmission, but we're not doing that because reasons. Let's see if we can keep it under control. We do have a turn at the bottom of this hill, so we need to keep the speed at somewhat of a reasonable limit. I kind of want to see if I can just give her more speed and use cars to slow me down, but I can't do that. Oh no. I might have overcooked it here. Ooh, it doesn't help that some of the wheels are off the ground. Now that I'm getting close to the edge of the road, it's getting bumpy. Woo! But yeah, if I start using every vehicle to slow me down, that front bumper is not going to last forever. It's only got a little bit of a bend to it on the right side of the vehicle. Your left at the moment. Let's see. Okay, here's the first... This is probably the steepest hill so far. The longest steep hill so far, for sure. There are vehicles in both directions stopped on it. I need to probably keep some sort of momentum here. I'm going to have to go to the shoulder of the road, which is not ideal because it's so bumpy. My back end's going to be off the ground here at some point, I'm sure. That wasn't as bumpy as I expected. Is it just me, or is the sound of the engine cutting out sometimes? Is that the game glitching, or is it my wireless headset failing me? Who knows? If you hear nothing, if everything sounds fine to you, then it's my headset. I'm going to hit this guy head on. I am getting launched. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I recover? No, not by... That's not up to me. Are we going over? Can we go over? Flip it? Roll back over? Do something? Do we node grab it and continue? I think we do. I think we absolutely do that. Am I going to launch the thing into orbit by accident node grabbing? I don't know what I'm grabbing with the node grabber. It might have been the mirror even. Is that enough? Oh! That's excellent. We should do more stuff with moon gravity after this. Like, I don't know what else. Going over speed bumps or something would be ridiculous. Trying some sort of obstacle course would be ridiculous. If you have ideas, let me know. I want to know what you want to see. Is our steering still straight? It might be pulling to the left a little bit, because I'm not touching the keyboard or any of the controls, and it's more or less staying in its own lane, so I think it's pulling to the left a little bit. It's hard to tell just from looking at the wheels, but yeah, I think we're pulling to the left. Definitely pulling to the left a little bit. Oh well, I mean, if we had a flip like that with full gravity, it would have been a little more detrimental. We have lost a mud flap, though. Rip that mud flap. Our license plate is now bent out at a weird angle, too. That doesn't seem... That's probably illegal, isn't it? Yeah, bent up a few things, such as part of that logging rack, and of course our left mirror there is no longer very nice. Can I squeeze... Oh, man, don't flirt with the tree, though. Can I squeeze through here? Oh, yeah, lots of space, lots of space. I was worried about hitting the tree at the edge of that rock. I should slow down. I should also not spin it. Oh my gosh, come on. Can I get it slowed down before I hit that rock in front of us? Should I just try to go left? That's going to be a big bump, though, with no real gravity. Oh, I'm going to hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. No, I'm missing the tree. I'm into the rock while I'm being launched into, not really orbit, but I should say to the moon. Because moon gravity? It doesn't make any sense. Don't worry about it. Can I get back onto the road? That was a bit of an excursion. I don't think any real damage happened there. Why does my bumper look straighter than it did before? Interesting. Looks like it got slammed back straight. Took the impact in the middle somewhere. Maybe I'm just crazy. What kind of trouble are we going to get ourselves into next? Do you think we can... It was going to be another little hill. Quick up and down, or quick change in vertical direction up here. So I wonder if that's going to cause us problems too. Like, I want to be cautious, but I also don't want to sit here putting along behind the AI the entire time. So we're taking some risks. Because if I'm bored doing this, then you are 100% bored watching. We do not want that. I'm just going to... Excuse me. I think we just lost part of our mirror doing that. This guy in the middle of the road. Come on. Yep, you're out of here. I didn't mean to hit this truck. But he's out of here now, too. Yeah, you get out of here. I bet you could just... You can play have fun with the cannon in this game with moon gravity going on. I'm trying to get this thing to shift. I'll try to see if there is a way that I could encourage it. Say, for example... Oh, I'm gonna hit the street. I'm not paying attention. By touching the brake or something like that, adjusting my speed, or just, I don't know, doing something to make the gearbox kind of wake up. I don't know if that's possible or a thing, but whatever. Alright, we have a bit of a turn here. I didn't even realize that we were going over the last hill. Guess it was fine. This one's a little more extreme, though. We do have to be a little bit careful. We'll float off. It's a sharp turn after this one, so we'll float off into the forest there if we're not careful. We might touch that car just a little. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whee! Can we land back on our wheels on our own? Such an impact. No, into the rock. Alright, looks like we're going to be node grabbing. We are in the shadows. That's not an effective node grab. What about this one? Did we overdo it? No? We're fine. Okay. Everything's great. Nothing to be concerned about here. No, definitely no damage to the vehicle whatsoever. What are you talking about? Holy, okay, camera. Do us a solid here and do camera stuff. Yeah, a little bit of cosmetic damage picked up there. I don't think any other actual mechanical damage has been done. Steering still feels the same as it did prior to that little flip. Drift up this hill. Not a problem until we get to the downside of the hill. Like right here, we're going to start taking off a little bit. Just not really getting air, but just lightening the vehicle up enough that there's not really a whole lot of contact with the ground. You know what would be nice right now? Some gravity. Even if it was an all-wheel drive vehicle, that would probably help a lot. Just with the accelerating part. I mean, it would probably help us accelerate and then immediately get me into trouble. So, yeah, that's a thing. Okay, we're gonna hit this vehicle, and there's nothing I can do about it. Just a tap. It's fine. At least the impacts don't really do much. I mean, one, this is a fairly tough vehicle. And two, everything just bounces off everything else. Heavy vehicle just wins. Now, if I was in a small little sedan with no mass to it, then it might not be the same. That was really close. It might not work out so well for us in that case. Oh, I can't get back in my lane in time, can I? Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. More than enough time. I should slow down again. The turn isn't as soon as I thought it would be. Give her. Yeah, I hit little bumps here and there, and it just takes the vehicle off the ground. Ooh, barely enough to be noticeable. But enough that the vehicle isn't necessarily pointing the same direction when it comes back down. It just makes the steering hard to correct. Even if just a couple wheels come off the ground, it's the other two remaining wheels don't have enough traction to keep the vehicle from rotating a little bit. So I'm just constantly making little steering adjustments. And the thing kind of drifts over one way or another without me noticing. Like, I was a lot closer to that previous car I passed there than I planned on being. Should I just drive on the shoulder forever? I'm waiting for a big bump to just hit me and send me off into a car or something like this rock here. Like, if I had tapped that car, I probably would have smashed into the rock at high speed. Speaking of high speed, I'm going 80 kilometers an hour and have a fraction of the... Ugh. Took off as a mirror. The fraction of the braking and control that I usually have. Okay, I'm gonna have a problem here. Okay, don't hit that rock, please. No! Oh, this is maybe the most epic spin so far. If I just landed it and kept going like nothing happened, that would be pretty epic. But I have a feeling that's not gonna happen. Why do we always land right upside down? Okay, we're flipping back over again. Probably more than we want to, though, right? Can we land on our wheels? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Nothing happened here. At least the logging uplift on the back of this thing which is making me want to play SnowRunner again, by the way, is pretty durable. You know, it's attached right to the frame, and it's heavier material. It's fine. I do feel like I'm pulling to the left a lot more than I was a moment ago, though, so that's also concerning. I don't have a front bumper anymore. I need to consider that when I have a head-on collision with another vehicle, because now my steering, my front wheels, and therefore my steering, is going to be quite exposed. So one more big collision could be the end. I wonder if I just lost it back there on that crash. I probably did. Or if I had lost it before that, and I'm just now realizing. So I think that given that we're not even a quarter of the way through this map now, the chances of me surviving this, if I want to be any little bit of aggressive, are slim. Can I not hit this tree? Can I do this without hitting the tree? For now, yes. There is a bit of a drop coming up, but it's pretty much a straight line, so I'm not too worried about slowing down. Oh man, I don't know. Oh no. The amount of control I have is minimal. Like I'm trying to stay on the shoulder here, but because the vehicle's pulling left now as well, in combination with the minimal ground contact, it's a problem. Like ideally, I'd like to stay on the road instead of being on the shoulder, where it's a little bump here. But yeah, I can't maneuver around the traffic, especially now with my steering being tweaked. Like it's a bigger fight. The vehicle wants. I've got to counter steer more, and the vehicle's being more sideways, just a little bit sideways. You can kind of see it doing, wobbling back and forth and stuff more. I should be careful here. Let me just slam on those brakes. Where's the ABS when you need it? I don't want to touch you. You're getting a flip treatment, possibly. No, you're fine, I think. Are you fine? No, you're not fine. I'm too busy watching him flip to care about where I'm steering. He's still going. See, he's got no weight. He's just a big box, big empty box. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of weight now, too, but I bet I still weigh about the same amount. So I'm a heavier frame truck. And there we go. Would this be a quarter of the way through the map, or a third of the way through the map to get to this part? 1, 2, 3. I think a quarter. Yeah, a quarter, right? I'm just figuring how fractions work in my head. Should we just take a shortcut through the desert instead of following the road, or is that a really bad idea? Let's look at the map here for a second. No, I was thinking about cutting through here. That's not really going to save us any time, except this bend is going to be a pain. But then we've got to avoid all the cactuses if we cut through. Like, maybe we'll cut through here. So I know we can do that. I've done it before. Through here somewhere, it's definitely possible. Let's plan to do that, as long as I don't forget about it and overshoot where I need to turn off drastically. And hopefully, oh man, if I can make it there. Don't want to hit the pole. No! Oh, pressure tank leaking. Oh no. If the pressure tank is completely something's not right with my steering. You think I can still control this thing, or is that going to be the end? I was going to say, if the pressure tank is empty, if there's no pressure, it's not ruptured, so maybe I'll be okay, but man. Yeah, I don't think steering is going to happen here, guys. Yeah, no pressure tank means brakes are on permanently. So if I can get going, I am steering to the left, as you can see by the left wheel. The right wheel is broken completely. It's just kind of going wherever. So, I mean, I might be able to steer with one wheel, but it's going to be just terrible. How did I break that? Like, was it broken before? Maybe it was broken before. Like, I know I hit the pole there, but it was with the right rear, not the front. Like, was the impact enough to just rip it apart even though it wasn't at the point of impact? Maybe that's why it was already pulling to the left. I don't know. Like, for now, it seems like it's okay. But if I get spun around like that again, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get it straightened out. Okay, don't hit the pole again. I'm glad those little rocks there aren't really a thing. Okay, that wheel Yeah, that wheel's digging in and going wherever. Okay, I don't want to hit you. Yeah, yeah. Don't honk at me. Honk at you if I remember what the hotkey was. I thought it was H, but it's not. This is getting trickier by the moment. Okay. Back onto the road for now. I wonder if it's a really bad idea to try to go off-road with my steering so broken like that. Is that a really terrible idea? What happened to my driver's door? It just got slammed in there. Okay, pay attention to where you're going. I'm going to go a little bit wide here because I don't trust that I can steer to the right much at all. I like that front right is trying to participate. It's not taking my steering input like my front left is, but at least it's going at least it's pointing in the correct direction. It's just completely flopping in the wind. Direction of least resistance. I was trying to see what I hit there, but I think it was just a little almost invisible bump, just like that one. Just from being near the shoulder and a few things in the road. Oh no, I can't turn. No, that's gonna be a terminal impact. Yeah. I don't think that wheel's gonna let us do anything this time, guys. The wheel's stuck in the car there. Like, even if I were to be cheaty and... Yeah. Yeah, I have less confidence with this. It's just too difficult to do this. Unless I want to putt along behind the AI, but... You've seen the problems that they're even having at those speeds. Mind you, AI aren't exactly... They're not the best problem solvers. Now I'm going to be teetering like this, and my left rear is going to be off the ground most of the time. I'm going to be one-wheel drive. How is this thing still steering at all? How is it still drivable? That might eliminate the option of off-road for sure now, but... should I try it? I kind of want to. It sounds more exciting. But is it a good idea? Probably not. Look at how much the truck is bouncing now. Holy. I'm just a teetery two-wheel vehicle at this point. I mean... At least that wheel's kind of semi-effective at slowing me down. Which is semi-helpful. Let's get it back in our own lane. Oh boy, I'm not going to succeed at that. Nope. I just had too much speed again. See, I refuse to spend 2 hours driving to the end, which is why. Oh, landing the wheels? Yes. Yes. That's the best landing yet. Which is why I refuse to slow down. Maybe overall it'd be quicker, to be honest, but... Faster is funner. The steering still works on the left, that's good. Our engine is a little bit exposed. Our radiator is destroyed. Did that just happen? I wasn't paying attention. I'm too busy trying not to let something like this happen. Am I gonna spin when my wheels get grip here? No? Okay. Or flip. Roll over. This is not where I want to be. If I... How close are we to this? Oh, we're not even close to the off-road section. I think it might be our only real option. Having momentum will help our engine keep cool at this point. I don't think it'll matter with our damaged or destroyed radiator, whichever it may be. It's... Yeah, I have a feeling our temperature isn't going to last, our engine isn't going to last that long before it overheats. At least I can still drive in the sand decently. Look at the shoulder of the road is the bumpiest area. As soon as I got to the shoulder, it just flipped me over here again. Spat me off the road in seemingly slow motion. I'm not in slow mo. I'm not using the slow motion controls, guys. Clearly. Well, semi-clearly. If it was completely clear, I wouldn't state that. But it feels like I am. Alright, get back up there. It's so bumpy. Come on. Yeah, I don't know about this. This does not seem promising. Don't you dare get in my way. Okay, that's actually semi-helpful. Now you don't get in my way either. Please don't stop. Keep going. I need to get back to the right side before your fellow commuters arrive. There we go. I mean, engine temperature isn't rising that quick, which is kind of surprising considering we're not moving very fast for cooling purposes. And we're redlining the thing most of the time. Holy, I cannot keep this thing going in a straight line. It just grabs wherever. And as soon as I hit these bumps on the side of the road, it's gonna throw me off again. Steering lock, I can't. Oh no. There's the radiator, fire damage by the looks of it. I'm gonna get hung up on this car. I mean, we've already cheated here a few times. We've node grabbed twice. We've reset our vehicle, sort of. And we got it out of the rock that the wheel was stuck into. So technically, I think we've already, mission failed. There's no way off-roading that I'll be able to keep this thing going in a straight line. Like, look, I can't even do it now. I'm gonna hit this guy, whether I like it or not. Ooh, somehow I didn't. That's just obviously pure skill. Speaking of pure skill, jeez. Come on, steering lock. No, I'm going around again. And we're gonna bounce out the cactus. Not quite. Straighten it out. It would help if we had gravity. This is just turning into how many times can we hit things until our vehicle completely dies on us. Our temperature is slowly rising. So perhaps sooner than later. Oh, what, did I overdo it? Nope. I mean, that front right is pointing in the right direction now, at least. From all these additional collisions. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Only when we're traveling in reverse. Can we keep it going in a straight line? No. Alright, alright. At what point do we call this here? Because like I said, I'm not spending 2 hours driving the end of the map. It was already going to be a long time if everything went well. And once again, this uplift is making me want to play SnowRunner. Which, by the way, is the reason why there's been a lack of videos recently. Eventually there'll be some sort of compilation and shorts and whatnot for some SnowRunner. But I'm not doing a full-on series on it because, well, at this point we've played like 2 of the 6 or 7 maps that we own for that game, and we're like 50 hours in. The second map went a lot quicker than the first now that we know what we're doing, but point is, I'm not uploading hundreds of hours of us playing that game. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's what I've been doing the last several weekends. Instead of recording things using my only time, I decided to have fun, dang it. Priorities, okay? Not that messing around with this game isn't fun. This is definitely a game that for the entire time I've owned it, which has got to be 10 plus years at this point, it's the kind of game that I boot up once a month for 20 minutes, half an hour, and just go crash things or mess around or whatever in different ways. Find a mod. I don't know. Oh, this is going to be not the nicest. Engine is started. Well, I wonder why. Can we get this thing back onto its wheels once again? Where are we on the map here? Basically, if we follow that road straight out, we'll get to that other map. But now we're at the bottom of a hill. Can we even get back up that hill? I think we need momentum to do it. I have a funny feeling. Yeah, but this is... If you had to choose one game to play for the rest of your life, and you could never touch another one, what game would you choose? For me, would it be BeamNG? I don't know. It's definitely one of those games that I've had for a... Jeez, spin out again. I've had for a long time and gotten a lot of use out of and have absolutely no regrets buying it. One of the best value games I've ever owned. It would definitely have to be in the top 5. I think one of the games that would be a contender for that would be Minecraft. That's probably on a lot of people's list, because I mean, you could spend a stupid amount of time in Minecraft doing things, especially if you factor in mod packs, like all the Feed the Beast type mods and all those things. Even mods like Industrial Craft, and I forget all the names of other ones, and I'm sure that's probably... I don't know if Industrial Craft even exists anymore. But, you know, stuff like that. Just trying to do crazy things in a game that was never intended to have those kinds of things. I don't know if I can get out of the sand, guys. I feel like Minecraft is one of those games, too. And again, I've owned it for more than a decade. Been playing it for more than a decade, and it's just one of those games that every year or two you kind of got to revisit it and put another 20, 50, 100 hours into. Okay, I might have enough momentum now to get out of here. Now, if only I had set a rule at the beginning. Oh, did you see that front wheel? It just, the front right just screwed us right over there. If only I put a rule in this at the beginning that was like, if I reach the gas station, I can repair my vehicle and continue, and then we'd have a chance. But now it's like I just want it to die. And speaking of which, look at our temperature. Our temperature is getting up there. That's going to be the end of us. There's nothing we can do about that, really. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Regardless of how good or bad we do everywhere else. Okay, I was trying to get on yeah, okay, into my own lane there, not hit that other car head on. Trying not to be right on the shoulder there. But as you can probably tell by the angle my vehicle is traveling down this road, this is not what I'm intending to have happen. I don't want to hit you head on. No! Okay. I thought we were going to destroy the last remaining steering wheel up there. Not steering wheel, but steering wheel. The wheel that steers. We just barely avoided that. Okay, can I get on the road? I'm trying to do that. What's happening to our front end? We've lost our grill. It was eaten by our own tire. Can I straighten this out? Come on, recover it. The front left is being jammed up by the front fender. And that does not help when our only remaining steering tire is not turning. Okay, I need to just stop for 1 second. Because I'm just spinning around in circles. Okay. I simply cannot go forward because I don't have any front wheels that'll spin. My vehicle's just rotating. Can I go backwards? Maybe that'll help spit that thing out. Almost worked. Trying to turn the wheels too to get it to... There we go. That's probably going to be a problem again as soon as I go forward though, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, we've cheated enough this time. Why not cheat again? Get out of here. Get out of here. You're still attached to the hood. You know what? Whole hood. That wasn't the right piece. Whole hood, be gone. Oh, maybe it was the right piece. I'm going to wreck the other side. I mean, it's already wrecked. I've now tipped myself over. This is great. I mean, You know what? Whatever. At least the fender's out of the way for now. We might hit a bump and have it go back in, but we also might completely overheat by then. So it's fine. I can't believe this thing's lasted this long without overheating. I mean, any little regular daily driver street vehicle would have overheated by now. But I find in this game, the big engine vehicles, I don't know if it's just because it's a bigger engine, or if it's because it's just designed that way in a heavy-duty vehicle, or if it's because it's a diesel, that they just don't seem to overheat so much in those big trucks. And it seems like it's very rarely, when you've got something with that big diesel, that it overheats. I can't remember off the top of my head if there's any other little cars, any sedans, any SUVs, anything like that that has a small diesel in this game. But I'm sure there's something modded at the very least. Maybe one day I'll have to test that. See if it is a diesel characteristic or a bigger truck, better cooling system characteristic. And I'm sure somebody knows that already and can back that up with real world facts and all that stuff. That I'm sure the game is more than likely at least semi-accurately modeled around, because that seems to be the nature of this game. I mean, basically the most realistic simulator game you've probably ever played, especially when it comes to the physics and the damage and the way the vehicles just mechanically function, right? And that would make sense to me. But you never know. There could always be something for some sort of, I don't know what we need to balance, but some sort of balancing purposes in games, right? You look at whatever war games, the weapons aren't always 100% historically accurate, right? Because, you know, balancing. Just as an example, there's got to be some sort of fiction element most of the time. And we're spinning again because we tapped that vehicle with our rear wheel. Can I... And we're clearly heavier than that van because it bounced a lot farther back. No! Excuse me. I will monster truck over you with my rear wheel if I need to. Okay, you decided to creep closer to me, and you lost your bumper as a result. You dummy. What are you guys honking at? Oh, the kissing. Don't make it weird. I gotta make it weird, you made it weird. Okay, this... Why is the hood up there so high? It's like a sail now. That's my backup plan that I haven't told you about yet. Once the engine overheats and explodes here, woo! I'm just gonna add some wind and get blown all the way to the end of the road. I'll arrive at Mom's house and save the environment after smoking and steaming for many, many kilometers and burning liters upon liters of diesel. This thing's just tire schooling the whole way because of that front right. Like, how am I able to steer this thing? How am I able to... Well, I mean, you've seen how it's been handling. I'm not really able to steer this thing in many occasions. Oh, here we go again. Speaking of not being able to steer. See if I can... No, I was trying to get it to steer around properly. There we go. Kind of did. A little later than I wanted, but it did. We're going to start losing power in this engine any moment, I think. Let's look at that temperature gauge. Maxed right out. We're still, you know, foot to the floor. Obviously going to be spending more time redlining the thing. And spinning again. Can we recover? Sorta. Can we make it to the UFO? Do you think we can get to the UFO and be abducted? That sounds like a better end than just dying on the side of the road, alone, struggling, crying, probably being murdered in that cab. How's the steering wheel even turning? I mean, it's sticking through the windshield. Does not seem ideal. Oh yeah, that's not a great view in the cab. Here's our hood view. Just our engine sticking up. How much farther can this thing make it? At least our front left fender hasn't stuck back down into the wheel again yet. I say yet because I'm not completely confident that it won't. Although it's seeming like it won't. Because I feel like it would have happened already. Excuse me. Let me just tap my door onto your mirror. I'm waiting to see the piston rings damaged or whatever message it is that comes up when the thing's overheating. But again, it just does not want to die that way. Holy moly. Come on. If we go off-road here, is there a proper way to get rid of that UFO? Probably not a road to it, is there? Not. It's probably the top of a dune, not a road. So not really. Let's head over there. Let's see if we can make it. Oh man, am I gonna roll? Yep. Just roll again. I can hear the UFO very faintly in the distance. Engine is starved of oil. I wonder why. This is going to be hard to drive. This is going to be the challenge of the... I'm going to say century. Of the moon. What? I wonder how high this thing will fly up with moon gravity, unless we get sucked right into the UFO and collide with it. But I remember when we first found out about this thing all those months ago, near the beginning of the year, that thing could actually like abduct your vehicle almost. I think it was in the Moonhawk. We did miss it. We went fairly high, higher than the UFO, at rapid speed. This thing is probably just going to launch us almost, I was going to say almost to the moon, but not really. I just wanted to throw a moon meme in there. A moon meme? A moon pun of some sort. We are getting there. We're kind of in a straight line, driving. I mean, maybe the slightly better traction in the sand. Well, is it better traction? I think it's better traction given that there's no gravity. But normally the asphalt would be better. And we have good tires for the sand too. So I think this thing's easier to control in the sand. Maybe we have a lower speed as well. But I think the sand is better. The way we just kind of sink into it. Keeps us from flipping around so easy. The added friction, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Alright, where's this? There it is. There's the light. There we go. Off to be probed. Wish me luck. And away we go. Whee! Are we gonna hit the UFO? No. We didn't gain a whole lot of height. Not as much as I expected. But we're definitely getting a little bit of distance. And here we come down to the ground hard. Oh yeah, that's definitely ending the truck. Which is good. It needed to be put down. It was suffering greatly. Engine still works fine, but there's no way to deliver any power to the basically one remaining wheel. Okay, well, that was painful. This whole experience was very painful. If you kept around, stay with me the whole time. Thank you very much. Let me know what you want to see next time. What should we... Can we do something else with low gravity or something else with the MD series or any other ideas? I'm always open for it. See you later, guys.